Right, so I'm here at the European Climate Change Adaptation Conference. I'm speaking to Denis Havlik, who is from the MAIA project, which is aimed at maximising the impact and accessibility of climate change research. So, Denis, thank you for joining us. Can you tell us a bit about your activities in MAIA, for example, the AI-powered tool that you've developed?
Yeah. So I'm from Austrian Institute of Technology, AIT, in Austria. And we were responsible for a little bit more technical part of the work in the project. We were trying to figure out how one can optimize the extraction of knowledge from this wealth of documents which we are producing and making it useful for people who cannot spend hours and days and months on learning how to cope with the climate change.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea was that even the people who are curators of such knowledge, even they cannot really cope with all this new information which is being generated at incredible pace, and that we should try to find how much the generative AI can help us to improve this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's very interesting. So what were the challenges of developing, it's called Summarize, isn't it, the tool?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so tell me, what were some of the challenges involved in developing it?
Yeah, so when we started the project, it was like more or less coincided with this boom in generative AI. So when we were writing a project, we didn't know that it's going to be like that, and then we had to adapt to the new situation. And we decided to give it a try, which is, of course, risky.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of really early adoption. And we started by developing a simple system to see how we can extract some keywords out of documents, with the idea to follow up later with extracting summaries according to some questions and so on. And so the first tool we developed was called VocTractor for vocabulary extraction. And then later followed up two more tools. One is called Summarizer, and the other is called SumQA. Together we call it Summarizer Suite. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is to cover the whole process from finding the data, data ingestion, getting pieces of knowledge out of it, generating it, and then in the end, putting these pieces of knowledge in some kind of a knowledge database where it can be found. And we made kind of this first part of the process. We have a simple prototype of search engine which uses AI to improve the way how you are looking for things. Basically, the idea is rather than formulating a search text, people say, okay, I am a scientist and I'm interested in a certain topic. I would like to know more about business models on climate change or whatever I'm interested in. And then it's up to AI to try to figure out where to find the correct document. So that's first idea, first prototype. The second one is the one we are using the most now. It's called SumQA. It's about summarizing the questions. Yeah? So you get document, you ask questions on it, it answers. So this is known also as chatting with your document. The difference is that we don't do the chats. This is specialized at ingesting large numbers of documents and asking the same questions over and over again. So that's the basic idea of SumQA.
Mm-hmm. And is this, you mentioned knowledge managers, knowledge curators. Are they the principal beneficiaries of the tools you've developed?
We were looking at use cases like where can be this best used for now. And when we started working with it, we very quickly realized that it's not a good idea for us to make this for the general public because we don't have this, well, the idea is, of course, we can do what we want as scientists, yeah? But the moment, let's say, commission or some region or whoever says, okay, this is official website which is using this kind of technology, for you, the general public, to learn more about climate change, we cannot afford blunders. And the generative AI is known for producing blunder results. So it's just whatever you want to call it. We can say either that it lies, it doesn't lie, it's not a human, but usually it's called hallucinations. It's not either hallucinations,
Not always reliable.
but it's just not always reliable. So we had to find use cases where this unreliability will hit into a user who is responsible so that the rogue results are caught and eliminated. That was the general idea. And then later, of course, improve the reliability until, I don't know, in a few years, we can just let it loose.
Okay, so the stage of development at the moment, how would you describe it? Perhaps a few years before it's
Stage
on the
of
market?
development is such that we have made a first proof of concept that was done like 6 months ago. We have developed the first prototype somewhere at the end of last year, and it did what it was supposed to do. It was okay for showing off. It was not particularly well written or anything, and then we started rewriting it again. And now the second version of this software is in beta testing. And in summer, we plan to look very deeply into how to improve the quality of the results. Right now, we are handling the user experience.
Okay, so the MAIA project is focused on maximizing the impact, the accessibility. It's clear how these tools are going to make that knowledge more accessible. What do you hope will be the legacy of the project and of these tools after the project ends?
Well, that depends. I mean, this kind of tools, they are being developed with or without us. Yeah. I didn't see exactly the same QA, but we have seen similar things like the problem which I see is that most of them are being developed by Americans. And what we have learned in this last 2 years of testing these kind of tools and AI models is that they all have bias. It's, when somebody tells you, hey, my model doesn't have bias, no, they all have bias. And what kind of bias it has, it depends on the owner. Because the owner has to actually train it in such a way that it gets certain type of bias, which is aligned with their ethical and moral codes. Now, the problem which I see is that we have absolutely no assurance that some big American company is going to have the same moral or ethical norms as European Commission, as European scientists, or as European regions. And on the contrary, I would even claim they probably won't. And that's going to cost us one way or another if we are not able to do this kind of things on our own. If we are not able to develop our own solutions, then we will have to take whatever they give us. And this kind of things are going to directly have effect on our education, on the way we are thinking, on the kind of information we are getting served. You know how American movies have formed the last generation?
Yeah.
That's nothing compared to what this will do.
Right. That's really interesting. Yeah. Thank you very much for that. So last question. We're here at the European Climate Change Adaptation Conference. Do you have any prediction to share? What do you think is going to be the main takeaways from this event?
Well, I didn't see the event yet, so I don't know about the event. My personal opinion for the whole movement towards greener economy, etc., is that we are going to start paying much more attention to other kind of risks in addition to climate. So we have actually been doing that in some other projects like knowing Icaria, Clean and Power already. And the thing is, yes, I have a climate change. Yes, climate change is giving me is augmenting certain risks. Maybe it's even adding some completely new ones. But the thing is, that's just part of my complete problem set. It's an important part, but until now, we have, in my opinion, concentrated too much at just this one little box. We have other problems. We have aging population. We have brain drain from good parts of Europe. We have problems with industry, deindustrialization in good parts of Europe. We have problems which are now getting really important, that we are not even able to produce everything that we need to keep the Europe running in case some external agent says, well, I'm not going to deliver you this anymore. And I think we need to put this kind of risks together and handle them all at the same time. Not forget on climate and just concentrate on, I don't know, army or whatever, but not look at it only in isolation. Because if we resolve just the climate change, but we don't have economy afterwards, it's not going to be good. So we need to keep really strong economy. We need to also think about well-being, about people being happy, which obviously they are not. I mean, look how people are voting. They are not happy. And they have reasons not to be happy. And I think we are not their enemy. We can and we should make their lives better. Yeah? But we have to concentrate on doing that.
That's really a great takeaway from the event. Okay, Denis Havlik from the MAIA project and the Austrian Institute of Technology, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us.